not the read, Brett. Don't throw it there. Throw it out of bounds, right? And quarterbacks need to be coached hard. And Andy Reid coaches Patrick Mahomes hard, and that's good for Patrick. That's bad for NFL defenses, right? So
that's number one.
Patrick Mahomes number one. God, rankings are so hard. I mean, you get in so much trouble. You get mad about that. How about
you don't even have to rank them. Just give me
the games. Look, I'm a big fan of Joe Burrow. Right? I'm glad to see him. Glad to see him back healthy, right? I like the way he carries himself. I like his demeanor out there. He doesn't sweat. He doesn't flinch, right? He's just kind of calm and cool the whole time. This Justin Herbert is as talented as anybody. He can throw it around. He can throw it out. Harbaugh, like I said, the Broncos division is going to be tough. I mean, Lamar Jackson does things that just don't seem possible with the football in his hand. He makes throws, he runs, and he's smart about, he protects himself too, right? I mean, look, I never could run, so I never had that problem, right? But, the thing we were talking about earlier, quarterbacks, they like to run. You still got to find a way to get out of bounds or get down and be there on the next play, right? If you get hurt, I mean, look, defenses, if the quarterback, gets hurt, they're probably going to win that game. Right. So I love the way Lamar carries himself. I think he'll have a great year this year.
One more.
I mean, this is like I said. Josh Allen's total stuff. Tough. Look, I saw him this summer. I mean, he is so motivated to bring in a championship to Buffalo. I love that. I appreciate that about him, and I think they'll have a good year this year as well.
You're behind center. You're fully healthy. You're 20, 30 years younger. And today, you have an opportunity to be behind center and pick 3 wide receivers, somebody in the slot, 2 wide outs,
Current players.
2 wide outs, slot receiver, tight end. Who you got?
I'm gonna audible, which I used to like to do. I'm gonna move the slot off the sideline. I'm gonna bring in 2 tight ends.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going with Kelsey and Kittle right here. Okay. Now you're in a bind on defense because you go, okay, 2 tight ends. I better bring in, our extra linebackers, right, and play our base defense. Well, there's no linebacker in the NFL that can cover Kelsey or Kittle. So, okay, now we're going to bring in 2 DBs and play, nickel or dime coverage. Well, those guys aren't built to stop the run. Now we're going to run the ball at you. So now you got a major problem on matchups. Kelsey and Kittle make defensive coordinators have long nights, right? And that's what you want. You want guys that are making the defense coordinator go, how are we going to cover this guy, right? Gronkowski was that way, right? And so I'm taking Kelsey and Kittle right there, and then look, I'm putting Justin Jefferson out there on the right? He is motivated to come back, right? I've spent some time with him this offseason. I mean, what he did last year, getting back healthy and still having the kind of year that he did.
Right.
So I'm putting him there, and then I guess just to kind of stay in the LSU theme, I'm gonna put Chase on the left. Chase on the left.
Over Tyreek Hill?
Over him. Yes.
I'm putting Tyreek at running back. I don't have to have a running back. I just want the receivers right there. No, Tyreek's a matchup nightmare. So there's so many. And look, I get to coach that Pro Bowl. I mean, that's a thrill for me to be around these guys, and it's a fun deal. But
I'm assuming it's a bigger thrill than coaching the flag football because you 0-2 against your brother.
Oh, I know.
And you pretty much ruined your chance to do it in the Olympics in 2028.
Exactly, right?
When flag football comes to Los Angeles.
My campaign, I'm done. Look, if I don't get the job, I'll be disappointed. But if Eli gets it, there's going to be a problem. If Eli is part of the opening ceremonies in LA in 28 because he beat me in the Pro Bowl flag game, I'm going to be disappointed.
What is it? Explain to me, just as a pundit covering these sports, watching. I'm looking at Travis Kelce. He is that dude. Make no mistake about it. He's something special. But I'm like, there's no breakaway speed. It seems it's like he's running around. He's always open.
He's got an incredible feel for just how to get open in space and zones. Look, on paper, the route is to run 12 yards and break out. Well, he's running that route, and at 8 yards, he sees a defender right where he's going to be. Now, he knows he can't get to 12 and fake out and go back in, because that's going to mess the quarterback up. So somewhere about 9 yards, he goes, okay, I'm not going out there. I'm just going to curl this thing to the inside, give my quarterback plenty of time to realize I'm not going out. And Mahomes has that quick release, and that's just a pain, because the defense is like, we should have had the perfect defense call to stop him, and he audibled on the fly and turned in. That's just hard to defend. He catches everything. He's tough. He's a heck of a player.
They're the team to beat, clearly. I watched this kid Worthy out of Texas as a primary target.
He's
special, and that makes their offense potentially even better than last year, because we know they struggled at sometimes last year. These are reigning defending Super Bowl champions, and they could possibly three-peat. Who's the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC?
Baltimore. I think Baltimore. I think. Look, they're motivated. I mean, I've been there before, right? You have this incredible regular season, you have all these expectations, and you get beat in the playoffs, right? And it's disappointing. Look, it's the kind of thing that can kind of make or break you, right? Where sometimes they go, all right, we got to blow up the whole thing, right? We got to change coaches, get new players. That's not what we did. We stayed together, and the next year, I mean, the 4 Super Bowls that I went to, Stephen A., we had devastating losses the year before, right? The kind of games that, they might say, well, let's just blow it up. We stuck together and got over the hump the next year. So, look, I'm a Harbaugh fan. I'm a Lamar fan. I think they're motivated. You don't see them talking a lot. You just see them kind of going to work every day. I see them being back in the mix at the end.
Are they the number one threat to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC or the entire NFL?
I still see the Niners being equally as motivated as Baltimore, right? I mean, look, as great as it is to win a Super Bowl, it is as disappointing as you think it would be to lose one, right? It's so hard to win a game in the NFL now. Now you got to win 12 to get into the playoffs. And you get in the playoffs, as you know, Stephen, every playoff game is 7th game elimination, right? You got to win 3, and then you get a Super Bowl, and you have this great season, and then you get beat on a last-second drive by Patrick Mahomes, and it absolutely rips your heart out. Does that mean, you had a bad year? No, it means you had this incredible year, but it still hurts, but it motivates you. I see them being back in the mix as well.
What about dudes who have great regular seasons, and then come playoff time, it's the APB out for them. I can't find them. I'm sorry. Dak Prescott's got 2 playoff victories in 8 years. It's 2 playoff victories in 8 years, Peyton Manning. That's all I'm saying. I'm asking.
But all it takes is one run. All it takes is one run. And I think I'm telling you, Dak can do it. All it takes is one run to get hot in the playoffs. Their division, though, is tough, right? I mean, the Eagles are still super talented, right?
Picked up Saquon Barkley.
The Commanders, I'm excited about their new quarterback, right? And look, I know, this may come out of your mouth. I still think the Giants are going to have a better year this year. They're going to be tough.
Let's go.
I think it's a tough division.
Let's go, Peyton.
It's a tough division. So anyway, I think if those Cowboys can win the division, I think Dak can get on a run. He can get there. He's got the mindset, but he's got to do it, right? He's got to do it. Look, I live that same. Same.
You did it for 1 year, Peyton Manning, not 5. I mean, this is Daniel. Did you just say Daniel? I'm making sure Daniel Jones. You said Daniel Jones, right? That's what you were talking about, right?
Dak. I said Dak.
I know you went to Dak. I know Dak. But you talking about the division. When you got to the division.
Have you noticed the theme here? I'm a quarterback defender. Now, I pull for these quarterbacks. I want them all, especially here in August, right? They're all going to the Super Bowl. They're all going to have a great year, right?
So as a quarterback, basically what you're saying is you're an attorney on behalf of quarterbacks. There's always a defense for that. There's always a defense, right?
Because I know how hard it is. And in August, we all got a shot, right? We've got to have some help, got to have some things go our way. But look, I think Dak can do it. And obviously he's got to go and do it, but he can do it.
Dallas, Philadelphia, Detroit, or LA? Who's the biggest threat to the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC?
Detroit. Dan Campbell, that team takes on their head coach's personality. They are tough. Jared Goff, motivated as well, right? Sort of leaves LA, and everybody kind of says, well, hey, he has played incredible. Amon-Ra St. Brown might be the toughest receiver in the NFL. I might be taking him in that backfield too. I might take me out of the game and just go Hill and Brown in the backfield. We don't even need a quarterback. So no, the Lions, and look, they were right there against the Niners. Look, losing a playoff game, it hurts, but it motivates. And usually, the good teams come back and have an even better year the next year.
Let me put you on the spot here, okay? So it's the playoffs. And anybody that knows you, they know, there's 3 places you can expect to see you. You're going to see you in Denver. They're going to see you in Indianapolis. They're going to see you at the University of Tennessee with your volunteers. So that's where they're going to see you. If a playoff game arrived and it was Indianapolis versus Denver.
Who you going, Peyton?
What's Peyton Manning? What direction is Peyton Manning going? And I'm talking about in terms of who you root for. I don't know that. I don't know if there isn't any.
I would love to see it. The Colts played the Broncos 2 years ago in Denver, and it was not a good football. It was 12-9. It was a punt fest. It was not a good football game. I'd love to see both these teams in the playoffs. I'm a big fan of AR. We got to keep him healthy. He runs so good, but you got to get out of bounds every now and then, right? You got to be there. He's got to be there for all 17 games. I'm excited to see him come back. And like I said, I like Bo Nix. I like the way I saw him practice on Friday. So look, I'd love to see it, but the AFC South.
Loaded.
Houston.
Like CJ Stroud.
Houston.
And now he's got Stephon Diggs.
I hate to say it, but like back in the day, you played Houston and you felt like that was going to be a win. Now Houston is a problem.
You know what? And they shouldn't be a sleeper. And I'm not bringing up anything negative off field stuff or whatever. I'm just talking strictly on the field. Deshaun Watson's got to step up. That's $230 million guaranteed. The Cleveland Browns got a crew. Their defense is stellar. Myles Garrett is no joke. Got some weapons on the offensive side of the ball. But here's the biggest reason I bring this up. Everybody's talking about the AFC North. They're talking about Burrow. They're talking about Lamar Jackson. Hell, they've even talked about Russell Wilson and Justin Fields more than Deshaun Watson. What do you think about
Fair point. No, it's a fair point. Because I think Cleveland, I think their defense is real. I like Stefanski. I think Deshaun knows that, right? He knows it's time, right? Let's go out and do something this year. I don't think he has to go out there and light up 35 points on the board. Because of Myles Garrett, I think he scored 20. He could probably win that game, right? But the defense is that good. But certainly I think he knows that. I think he will.
We're here in New York City. One of my last couple of questions. Is there anything definitively to look forward to in regards to the New York Giants with the New York Jets?
Yes.
Take it away.
Let me tell you.
Help a brother out.
Let's go with the Jets first, right? I'll tell you, this Rodgers to Wilson could be a lethal combination, right? Got to stay on the field. Got to get some games under their belt. But he is. Wilson is. He's elastic as a route runner, right? I'm not sure. One-on-one. Bump and run on him is a good idea for any defense, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing that combination. Look, I like Dable. He's been around. I think he's a good play caller. Just he and Jones got to have some games together, right? We can't, have a couple games and you have an injury and whatnot. We got to get some sweat equity in there. So get a little continuity. I think that division, is still open in the AFC East. And like I said, I'm looking forward to the Jets versus the 49ers in the first game. And,
why?
I had an injury. When you miss an entire year, there's a lot of things you miss about playing, and you do want to come back and be the player that people think you're going to be, right? When I signed with Denver, I was injured, but Von Miller didn't want to hear that. He said, no, you're still the Peyton Manning that I know. I said, Von, I got a lot of work to do. He's like, no, you're going to be there. I know Aaron feels that way, right? They signed him to be a great player. He got hurt last year. I know he feels that, and I think he'll answer the bell this year.
My last question to you would be this. You've been an incredible role model as a person, as a player, as a professional athlete, but now, again, back to Omaha Productions and what you're doing in this stratosphere, creating content for the audience out there, your series on quarterbacks, your series on receivers, the Manningcast. What have you enjoyed most? And what are you most looking forward to as the future obviously is upon us?
Well, the most fun thing, obviously, Omaha produces a lot of shows, like the Not Man, like the show with Eli and I, but I love the shows that I'm not in. Look, I do way too many commercials, I admit. I filmed a few more last week. I got some more coming out, I'm just going to warn you. So feel free to change the channel, all right? I know you get tired of staring at this big forehead and this long neck. I'm proud of the shows that I'm not in, the quarterback, right? I kind of help recruit, right? I call Patrick Mahomes, I call George Kittle, I call Devontae Adams and say, hey, we want to highlight you guys. Let us go behind the scenes and show you. So it's kind of a different role, not necessarily the quarterback on the field, Stephen A., maybe the offensive coordinator in the press box, right? And I love those shows that kind of be a part of without having to physically be in the middle of it. Those are the ones that I'm most proud of.
What do you want to tell the audience about what they have to look forward to in the upcoming NFL season?
Exciting NFL season. Like I said, I think there's going to be some team that nobody's expecting to come out. I think
it ain't going to be the Giants. Go ahead.
I do think in other sports, not every team can say it, but I think every team's got a shot, right? You got to stay healthy. Got to get some young players to step up, and got to have the guys that we're paying the big bucks to, you know, kind of answer the bell and go and earn their money this year. But it's going to be a great NFL season, and you know, we have like 100 people that watch it. So if we want to get 101 viewers on our show, ESPN2, we're the B team Monday night. Jets 49ers, feel free to tune in and watch Belichick and I make fun of Eli.
Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get much better than this. Peyton Manning.